holy shit, this book needs to be illegal because it's literally a walking hard on. Like, fuck. Oh my god. Like, like, damn near fucking close to like blowing my fucking shit. Like, goodness. Like, if I was a guy, like, my dick would be like fucking sky high right now. Like, holy shit, dude. Freaking love this book. Like, every time I read it, I just like, please kill me. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Literally, from the first chapter to the last chapter. And it's, and it's not just one of those books that just has sex. Like, it has a good plot base. I mean, there are certain times in the book where I'm gonna like, this is fucking unnecessary, but like, whatever. Like, I'm gonna like compromise for the sex scenes because they're so good. They're so good. They're like, they're fucking phenomenal. Okay, like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, oh my god. every time, like, I'm just, anyways, it's better than porn. Like, fuck, dude. Probably really bad. Like, why am I even talking about this? Like, this is too much information. Like, way too much information. But I'm like, I'm horny, okay? Like, leave me alone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, we're just, like, I'm never gonna post this because, like, this is way too much information, but, like, we're just gonna talk anyways. Ugh. Ugh. I really need to take a shower. My hair is getting kind of greasy. Yeah. I just now realized that, like, because I restarted my phone, like, all of, like, the websites that I've saved on my phone, because I have, like, a habit of, like, saving websites on my phone, just, like, bookmarking them and stuff. And all of that is gone because I restarted my phone, which sucks. Majorly sucks because, like, I have recipes on there. Like, a lot of my favorite, like, recipes for dinner and stuff are on there. And, like, they're gone now. And, like, I'm gonna have to, like, comb through the interwebs for, like, a substantial amount of time and be like, hello, like, where are my, like, where are my recipes? You know, like, they were so good. They were like, I'm annoyed. Like, do you know how many recipes are online? Like, fucking shit ton, okay? Like, it's gonna take fucking forever to find my recipes. I'm annoyed. Like, it's fucking annoying, but, like, it's fine. I read my book, and I'm, like, A-okay. Like, that book literally fucking made my day. It makes my day every time I read it, though, because, like, it's so good. So good. It's so good. Oh, my God. The sex scenes. Dude, I cannot. I can't. Okay, anyways. So, yeah. Hair. Why you gotta do this? Like, why you gotta be so, like, I hate my hair. It's really annoying. It's, like, really, really fucking annoying. Anyways, so, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm annoyed, though, because I was planning to make dinner today. But then I realized that my fucking recipes are gone. So, like, I have to, like, scroll through the interwebs and find my recipes again so that I can make the recipe that I was going to make tomorrow night. But, like, it's going to suck. It's like, and then I got a call from my dad, and he was kind of pissed off at me because, like, he was kind of, like, pissed off and, like, butthurt because, like, I didn't call him today. And, like, he thought that, because in the past, like, I used to be, like, so ecstatic to, like, spend every, like, free second of my time with him because, like, he was, like, my hero and, like, my mentality, like, until recently, I I think my mentality until he left for Honduras, which was about like 7 or 8 months ago, was like still the same as it was throughout my whole childhood, of where he was like my reprieve from like my mental torture, and like he was like my savior. And like I was just so blinded by like my love for him that like I didn't see just like how like fucked up he is, you know? And so like before he went to Honduras, like I was always like every little second I was like, oh my god, like literally the morning of on Saturdays I would be like, hey dad, like do you want to do something this weekend, like blah 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 blah, or like after school I would call him and be like, hey, like let's spend time together, like love you so much, blah 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 blah. Like it was like I was like very like attached to him. And like now that I'm more like aware of like just things and like trying to like have my own time to do things, you know, and like not be so like suction cup to him, you know. And like I'm not as attached to him anymore, because like honestly like spending time with him now that I'm aware of everything like kind of like hurts, you know. And especially since he like doesn't realize like how much he hurts the people around him, and he just doesn't care. Either he doesn't realize or he doesn't care. And to be fair, like both options kind of suck. So, you know. So yeah. And so now I'm not like calling him every fucking time I'm free and being like, hey dad, like let's spend time together. I'm kind of like distancing myself from him just because like it hurts too much to be around him. And I'm also like kind of scared of like going back into that mentality, because like I feel like I have so many different like mentalities just like swirling around. Like I have the mentality of like the pathological liar that I still get sometimes. Like it's almost like a craving, and I haven't felt this like craving for a while. Like but like sometimes I'll like have a craving to lie, or like make something up to get out of something, or like lie defensively, because like that was basically my whole childhood. I would like always lie and lie and lie and lie just to like get out of things and like avoid confrontation and like avoid talking about things, and like, or to like gain attention from people, because like I was so desperate for it, you know. And like I just wanted people to like love me, and that didn't happen. Instead I got bullied. But anyways, so like sometimes like I'll have the urge to like lie again if I'm in like a really uncomfortable or insecure like situation, and I kind of like feel the urge to lie again, and that's like a mentality that I don't like. And then I also have like my dissociation, which is like not a mentality per se, it's just like a bad place that I don't like going to, you know. Sorry, my grandma pulled me away for dinner. Which is actually kind of painful to eat, because like I kind of have like a bad habit of like chewing my lips whenever I'm like nervous, or when it's like cold. I don't know why. And so like my lips are kind of busted right now. And so like we had like this pasta with like tomato sauce, and like it was just like it felt like fire on my lips, and I was like, this tastes good, but like it fucking hurts. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then I can't really remember what I was thinking earlier. Like I lost my train of thought. Something about like my different mindsets and like how I don't like them, because they're really confusing. Because like I said, that like there's the like my numb, dissociative like mindset, and then there's like my like very anxious mindset, and then there's like my goofy like playful mindset, and then there's like my like leveled out / like average mindset, and then there's my like really depressed, like upset mindset, and then like well, I guess they're not really mindsets, more of moods. And then like with like my mom, like I kind of have to like hold back a little bit, which I've kind of become accustomed to, so it's not that big of a deal. The only time that it actually like becomes a big deal is if like she's talking about something like irrationally, and it's like I want to put her in her place and like tell her like that's not okay, but I can't because I know if I do she'll get defensive and then we'll fight, and I don't want to fight anymore. Like I'm done fighting with her. So that's the only time that holding back with my mom is a struggle. But like again, like holding back with her is like not that big of a deal because like I know that she can't help it. And like usually I don't have to hold back too much from her. Like I just kind of like have to hold that back like certain things. But like the majority of the time I can be myself around my mom and like be somewhat okay. With my dad, on the other hand, like it's like a constant strain of like holding back from him, because like ever since like I found out and like kind of like opened my eyes from like how I was before, like I've just like become more aware and like more distant, and like I don't know, like I don't want to go, like I'm scared of like going back to like the blind love that I had for him again, because like I was like a little puppet, and like I just did whatever he wanted and like didn't care about anything other than what he wanted, and I put him like so far above me on this like super high pedestal because he was like my hero, that like I didn't have any self-awareness or self-care, and like I was just like, I don't know, like it was, I didn't like that, and I don't want to go back to that. Yeah, and then with like my like my grandma and stuff, like it's like I don't know, like I just kind of am a more subdued version of myself. I'm usually pretty irritated with my grandma because like I don't have very high tolerance for her. But I'm trying. Like I'm a lot better than how I used to be. Like I used to get angry with her, but now I'm not so much angry. I'm just kind of like sad, but like also somewhat irritated because like I don't have, and like I don't know. Like I have patience for certain things, but like other things, like it's really bad. I'm trying to work on it, but like it's a slow process. Okay, like slow. And then my uncle and I, like, we have a pretty good relationship, and like I can be myself around him, and like he can be himself around me, and like we're pretty good. But like it's really confusing because like I have so many different like moods and like mindsets and like just different ways of thinking just like swirling around in my head, that like it's really confusing because like I don't really know how to like react to things sometimes, because like there are like 5 or 6 different reactions that I have in my head that I want to like express, but like there's 6 different reactions. Like you can't express something 6 different ways, like that's not possible. So it's kind of like, which way do I like express myself? Like I have to choose, and like it's really weird, you know? And like it's confusing because like it messes with my head a lot. Like I'm kind of like, what, like how do I like react to things? Like how am I like supposed to like live with like all of these different like mindsets influencing my decisions and influencing my reactions to things, and like influencing like my outlook and thought process on stuff? Because like I don't know, it's weird. And like it's really confusing because like I like just don't know how to like live with like all of the like just running in my head. Like it's like there's so many different people telling me different things, and there's so many like different urges and like mindsets swirling in my head as well, that it's just kind of like really like pressurizing and like stressful, and like I don't know how to like live or like work around it, because like it's just always there. Like it's always there. Like I feel like there are like 6 different like people in my head yelling different things at me, and I can't like focus on just one of them because like I want to express all of them, but I can't. And like it's it's like really, really stressful. Yeah, I don't know. And then on top of that, I have like my mom, dad, and uncle who are all kind of like parental figures for me right now, or influential, like the most influential figures in my life right now that are adults are my psychiatrist and my parents and my uncle, and like they're all yelling different things at me, and I'm kind of like, I don't understand like what to do, because like I have different mindsets in my head, and then I also have like 4 different people telling me to do different things for the same exact situations, or like telling me their different like thought processes or their different morals, and they're so conflicting that it's kind of like my brain is like, what the fuck do I do? Like, and I'm like, I'm such a people pleaser, and I'm like trying to stop that about myself, and I'm like trying to find myself, but like at the same time, like I have these like 4 people like hounding down my neck, telling me different things that they want me to do for them, or different things that they want me to change about myself, or different things that they want me to do for them, or that they want to do for me, and I'm just kind of like, I don't fucking know, like, like, it's really, like, confusing, and then, like, I also have all these, like, different, like, mental, like, things going on as well, that I'm, like, just, what, I don't fucking know what to do. Like, sometimes I just kind of want to be like, everybody shut the fuck up and leave me alone, like, I don't want to hear the different, like, urges in my brain telling me to do different things or react differently to every fucking thing that I do, and I don't want to hear like the 4 or 5 different people in my life telling me what to do with my life when it's fucking my life, and then I just want peace and quiet to do whatever the fuck I feel like I need to do, and like I feel like I don't have that sometimes, and it's like really confusing, and like I kind of just want to like tell everybody to shut up, because like you're confusing me, because like you're telling me one thing to do one thing, but then you're doing, because like my dad a lot of times, like he'll say one thing and then do something completely different, and it's like highly hypocritical, and I'm just kind of like, what the fuck, dude, like and then like my uncle and my mom kind of do the same thing to some extent. My uncle is like the most rational out of all 3 of them, but like he still does like a lot of things that are kind of hypocritical, and I'm just kind of like, what? And then my psychiatrist, who like I love, but like she's like not there for me like every day of like every moment of every day. Like she's only there for me like 45 minutes once a week. And not even once a week anymore, because she took like 2 weeks off. So like what am I supposed to do without guidance? And like just I feel like I'm like spiraling out of control again, and I'm like, great, because like before, after like I stopped therapy for a second, like the first week I was like chill about it. I was like, oh my god, this is kind of nice to have a break and just like self-reflect on my own. And then like now that it's like starting like the second week kind of, or like the end of the first week, and like starting the beginning of the second week of her not like being with me and guiding me, like I feel conflicted, because I'm like, I still have like these 3 people shouting at me to do different things, and I still have all these like different mindsets rolling in my head of like different like morals and different reactions to things, and I'm just kind of like, fuck dude, like this is confusing, like I'm so done. And then I'm just like because like I don't know, like it's so weird I don't really know how to properly explain it, but like that's the best that I can do. That's why it's like I'm so confused and irritated, because like I'm just frustrated with like the fact that I don't feel like I have any control anymore, like at all. And like the one person who was like somewhat keeping me grounded is not guiding me anymore because she's on vacation, and I'm just like, fuck dude, like Jesus Christ. Because like I love my uncle, but like it's really hard to trust him, because like despite all he does for us, like he is going to leave. Like the minute he gets like a stable living situation for my grandma and I, like he's gonna leave. He's gonna be like, kudos to you, bye-bye, adios amigo. And I'm just gonna be like, fuck, like how am I supposed to depend on that? How am I supposed to trust that, you know? And then like, my dad keeps, like, telling me all of this shit about him and saying, like, how he's such, like, a lazy, like, ungrateful person, even though I know none of that is true. It's just, like, it's so, like, twisted, because, like, I know it's not true. Like, I know it's not true based off, like, the actions that, like, my uncle has shown me, and, like, what, like, my interactions with him as well, and, like, how I know my uncle as a person. I know that he's none of the things that my dad keeps claiming my uncle is. But, like, it's so hard because, like, I have this, like, ingrained, like, imprinted, like, love on my dad because he's my dad. Like, how can I not love him? But, like, he's telling me all of these, like, lies, or, like, they might not even be lies to him. They might just be, like, how he truly sees my uncle, because his mind is so fucking, like, fucked. Like, his mind is so twisted. And, like, he just doesn't, like, care about anyone but himself, and he'll put anybody down if it elevates his own moral or his own ego or, like, his own what's the word? I was about to say precipitation, but that's not the word. Like, perspective of himself. Like, if it elevates anything about himself, then he's going to put somebody else down for that, even if it's his own twin brother. And even if all of the things that he's telling me about my uncle are wrong, and I know they're wrong, it's just that, like, I don't know if, like, it's ingrained in my DNA, or, like, it's just a biological thing to want to trust your parent, but you can't. And I just feel so conflicted, because, like, I love him, and I want to trust him, and, like, I want to believe in him, especially since, like, my whole life, like, I was blinded by my love and saw him as this huge hero, but, like, it's just, like, completely shattered, and, like, I want to, like, still believe in him, and I still want to, like, love him and trust him, but, like, I can't, and I know I can't, but, like, there's still this, like, old little girl in me that's, like, craving his attention and craving his love and, like, craving the hero again, because it was so much easier to be oblivious. And, like, I kind of want to just go back to ignoring everything, but I know if I do that, it'll be, like, betraying all of my morals, all of my life lessons, and, like, just, it'll destroy me. And, like, I can't do that, and I have to keep fighting the urge to go back in time, because that's not possible. And I don't want that either, because, like, I can't go back in time, and going back in time is worse, because going back in time, I'm either numb or I'm blind to the world. Like, I don't want to go back to that little girl anymore who was lost. Like, I don't want to go back to that, but I have, like, the incredibly, like, incredible urge to go back there, and I can't do it. But, like, it's so strong, and it fucks with my head so much, because, like, I want to believe him, but I can't, and I know I can, and I know the things that he's telling me are wrong, but I want to believe him, and I'm just like, fuck, dude, like, at least with my mom, like, her words are, like, obviously irrational, and I can, like, work through them and, like, figure things out, and I'm like, used to her, like, weird, erratic thoughts, and, like, I'm able to cope with them and, like, work around them. I mean, it's not easy by any means, but I'm used to it, and I'm able to do that. With my dad, it's, like, a completely new territory, because, like, I don't know him, he doesn't know me, he's completely oblivious to anything and everything that goes around him, aside from anything that, like, benefits himself, and, like, just completely has no fucking clue what, like, a catastrophic relationship he has with pretty much everyone, aside from his friends and his fiancé and stepson. And I'm just like, you don't realize the destruction that you're causing, and, like, the pain and everything? Like, he just doesn't care. And I'm getting tired of having to, like, hold in the tears and, like, pretending that everything's fine still, because it physically hurts to be around him now. And it's, like, the only way that I can cope being around him is, like, to slip into, like, that little girl's, like, heroic mindset, and kind of serving him to an extent. But, like, that fucks with me too, because I hate that mindset. Like, it makes me feel so weak and, like, childish and vulnerable and, like, not myself. And, like, I don't like her. Like, I don't like that little girl, and I don't like having to slip into her every time I'm around my dad, because that's the only way that I can cope around him, because it's either that or I'm, like, perpetually silent around him, and he, like, fucking wonders what's going on, and so I have to pretend to be that little girl again, and I'm just like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired. It hurts to keep that front up. It hurts to have to deal with his lies and his, like, just destruction. Like, he just doesn't care. And he doesn't realize. And I'm kind of like, I pity him, because, like, I want to tell him about what is wrong and, like, why he needs to stop being the way that he is, like, now. Because I do think that he can, like, find himself and find his own self-worth and stop beating people down and stop hurting those around him. But, like, it's going to take a long time, and it's going to have to take therapy, and it's going to have to take acceptance that he has a problem, and he's so oblivious to it that, like, I don't even think me telling him would fucking work. Like, I think he would get angry with me and, like, hate me and, like, just completely, like, disown me and, like, freak the fuck out if I told him any of this. But it's, like, becoming, like, so hard. Like, I only have, like, one to 2 years of, like, dealing with this, but I'm just, like, I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm so tired. I'm like, I just want to be done. Like, I just want to tell him and, like, be done with it, but I know if I do, he's gonna, like, react horribly and violently and, like, hate me, and, like, it's gonna really hurt. But at least then I'll be done with it, because I'm so tired of lying. Like, I'm so done with lying. Like, I'm so tired of it. Like, it makes me feel horrible. Like, I just can't stand it anymore. But, like, I also can't stop, because I don't want confrontation, and I don't want to have to deal with this shit for like the last 2 years of high school. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that shit, but I'm, like, so tired of having to suffer in silence. But, like, I also, like, I'm so terrified of having to deal with his, instead of his oblivious, like, pain that he's bringing on to me and bringing on to other people, I'll have to deal with his intentional pain. And I feel like that might be worse, or it might be better. I don't know, but I'm, like, I'm just so tired. Like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like, it hurts. Like, it physically hurts. And he doesn't care. You know, like, he just doesn't care, and he doesn't realize, and he just doesn't. And it's, like, so painful. I'm so done with it. I'm so done with it. Like, I'm beyond done with it. And then there's, like, another side of me that's kind of like, he's not that bad. Like, all he does is verbally abuse you. He doesn't physically abuse you, and he doesn't do drugs or alcohol. He doesn't rape you. Like, there are so many things that he could be doing to you, and he's not doing them, so he's not that bad. And I'm just like, that's not an excuse. Like, that's not an excuse. Like, that's not an excuse at all. And, like, I need to stop having that mentality, because that's the same mentality that kept me with my mom for so long. That's the same mentality that kept me for 3 years while she was blatantly neglecting me. Like, that's the same mentality that lets my abusers abuse me. Like, I can't keep doing that. Like, I have to stop. But, like, I'm also so terrified of, like, him. Like, I've kind of gotten over the fact that he's gonna hate me. I know that that's inevitable, but I just don't want to have to deal with him hurting me anymore. Like, I'm so tired of it. But, like, I'm stuck because I have, like, I'm a minor. Like, I have to depend on him, whether it be financially or, like, just however I need to depend on him. But I do need to depend on him because I'm a minor, and, like, either I have to put up with his oblivious hurt towards me, or his like intentional hurting of me, and his like hate and his like discrimination and his like just horrible like pain. And then there's like some naive part of me that hopes that like maybe if I confront him, he might hate me for a little bit, but then he'll like forgive me, and like he'll start trying to like help himself, or like trying to do something better, and like trying to work on our relationship, and trying to genuinely get to know me, and having me to genuinely get to know him too, and like have maybe we could do therapy together. But I know that that's, if it does happen, that's a long way from now. Like there's no way that he's ever going to change to that extent, or even if he does, it's gonna be for a it's not gonna be for a very long time. So do I deal with silent suffering or screaming suffering? You know, like those are my two options. I don't fucking know which one is worse. But I don't know how long I can keep silent. Like, it's so hard to, like, keep silent and keep my sanity, because I'm so tired of it. It's not like when I was a kid anymore. It's not where I'm, like, just doing it because I love the person and doing it because I feel I need to. I know that I can escape it. I know that there are better things for me out there now. Like, I learned that the minute I left my mom. But the problem is, like, I don't know, like, if, like, it's not like I have anyone else to depend on. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, move away from the stability that I have right now? Like, am I gonna move away from the financial stability? Am I gonna move away from my friends who I absolutely adore? Am I gonna move away from my grandma, who's probably gonna forget me in a year or two? Am I gonna move away from my mom, who like is learning to grow her independence, but not to the extent where she can live without me currently? And then am I like, I don't know if I like before it was easy. I hated that town. I had no connections at all, hardly. And, like, it was a joy to leave. Now is different. Now I'm at least somewhat happy when I'm away from him. But he's constantly here, so, like, I can't forever be away from him, or he's gonna be suspicious and freak out, and I'm like, I don't know, like, what to do. So, yeah, anyways, video's almost over, because, like, time's almost up, so, yeah. Anyways, goodbye. Love you guys.